Hello dear, once again. I will show you the second part of my video. This is sites and services with the help of to create child domain controller. Now my child domain controller is created, but we can see there is so many records in my parent domain controller like india.com, pak.com and so on, reverse lookup zone as well as they are not replicate to my child domain controller. uh, there is only one default zone is created, which is default creation whenever we install any domain. So how we can replicate my all domain my all parent zone on my child domain controller? So first of all, we need to check my sites and services. Link of my sites and services, the replication interval of this site is always less or equal to 15 minutes or less than or minimum 15 minutes or maximum as per your choice you can mention on there. By default both of these cost and replication replicate every is 100, so I change accordingly to my convenience. And most of the company you can see there is option is 15 minutes. It means that they both of the domain controller replicate to each other after every 15 minutes. If any change is happen, they replicate to each other. So you can see the NTS setting, there is no item shown in this view currently. And whenever we check on my Australia DC, there is already one link is created, automatic generate link, which is my India side to my child domain controller side. And when I check the same thing on my child domain and controller side, there is also one link created from child domain controller side from side to Australia to DC1, means they both replicate to each other from the automatic. The link automatically uh, this link is created, but whenever we check this setting, there is empty on both, means they have only the own entry, not for the parent entry, parent not for the parent uh, replication entry show there. So I just click on this anterior setting altos and check replication topology, and active directory domain controller cdc.india.australia has checked the replication topology. You will need to refresh the site and any new of the delete connection, you can just click on there and refresh it. And now the same thing do on your PDC side, just click and check replication topology and then click and then refresh it. It will take 10 to 15 minutes as per my replication interval. So I will stop my video, and once it replicate I will again resume and show other things to you. So it will take little bit more time, so I do one thing. I add my uh, name server manually. So I remove this entry and edit, and then try to resolve my name. My primary domain controller is dc1.australia.com. Try to resolve. Oops, getting the error is not to resolve. We'll check my NS lookup is properly happen or not. No, it's not happened properly because there is some issue. My primary DNS server is wrong, so I put my primary DNS server name there, preference DNS server, and then click OK, close, and then try to resolve it. Now at this time it resolved without any issue. I delete and try to resolve once again. Again we getting the same error. Delete, we cancel and then try it once again. Yeah, it's bc1 dot australia dot. Now this time it is all. We click on ok button and apply. Do we want to delete record this is one? No. Okay. Property and name server, both of the names are mentioned. Now I try to click on my replication. It replicate and then click on my primary domain controller and try to replicate. This time I'm getting error because my DNS CDC1, my child domain not resolved with the help of ns lookup. As you can see, I will show you ns lookup 20.0 sorry 10.0.0.101. You can see they are request timeout because reverse lookup zone is not created still, not created yet. That's why I'm getting this error. So once my DNS zone is transferred, after that I will create my ns lookup, because this time if I try to create my reverse lookup zone this side, I'm not able to create this. I'm getting the error message because the application is still not complete. Click on yes, and then my zone is 10.0.0. Next. Oh, it will create successfully. So I think the application is happened behind, that's why, otherwise I'm getting the error message. And you can also see once I refresh this button, my primary domain zone is already already transferred, and it means that the application is started from my primary domain controller to my child domain controller. Now we can try to resolve my ns lookup. Still this not happen because it is not my reverse. Now you can see there is alias is also created and reverse entry still not update there, means it means the application is still pending. Once the application is done, I am able to resolve my child domain controller with the help of ns lookup command. So we need to wait little bit more. So for this I will again stop my video. Now you see that the record is already synced properly on both of the domain controller. I just once refresh it, and now you can see the reverse record is already there. And I've already created a one zone in the in child domain controller side, and this record is also replicated on my primary domain controller, as you can see there. And one more a record I have created the already updating. Now we try to do ns lookup and check is this work or not this time. So still is not working, so let me do one thing. I check my ethernet property, update 10.0.0.1.1 and run these two commands, ipconfig / flush DNS, and second one is register DNS, because I think it's automatic, it's all lookup through cache, that's why I'm getting this error. So this time I try once again ns lookup 10.0.0.101. Oops. This time again same error. Once again. The issue is that a record is still not updated, so I will check on my child domain. Oh, the A record is still not created, that's why I'm getting this error. So now I'm going to create A record is 10.0.0.101 and browse my india.com, and site of india.com, sorry, india.australia.com is the right option. So let me do once again 101 browse australia.com, and the record is this. Now this record is created. Now I check ns lookup once to my side. So on child domain controller ns lookup is working. It again take little bit time to update on my primary domain controller, so we need to wait. It will take little bit time. So meanwhile I will show you one more thing. Once child domain controller is created, the once automatically trust is already created, you can see that trust on active directory domain and trust. You click on this side. uh, After that you go on property and you can check on trust. They have already created one trust with my child domain controller. The name of child domain controller is india.australia.com, and this trust is both side, means incoming trust and outgoing trust as well as. So if any user is created on my child domain controller, this user also able to access the resources which is on the australia.com domain. So I will show you how it is. You just create one user. The name of user is Ritesh Khan, and the user ID is, you can mention any user ID like 222101, and then next mention password and finish. Now this user also will take, as per my replication time is 50 minutes, but I will show you. And this trust is already created on my child domain controller side also. You can again check through domain and trust. You can click property and click on trust, and you see this trust name is india.australia.com, means both side the same trust is create. Cancel, and let me show you about my user history. You can find, you can browse your entire directory or particular directory you want to search. So I will check on my entire directory, and my username is Ritesh. So it's not updated yet, it will take little bit time, because whenever I click on India domain, it's obvious is find out because I'm checking on the particular domain. But whenever I try to search on entire directory, it not reflect yet because it will take time, 10 to 50 minutes. So I will show the both update you after few seconds. Once it's updated on my primary domain control. uh, so we'll check once again the record is updated or not, because it's already more than 50 minutes. So we go on DNS side, and here is that. Now you can see the record is replicated. A record, reverse look zone is already replicated. We can now just check with the ns lookup command. Ns lookup 10.0.0. Now this time is successfully resolved my child domain controller with the help of ns lookup command. And now we check the user which is already created on my primary secondary child domain controller. They will reflect in entire directory or not. So username is Ritesh Khan. Sorry, by mistake I mentioned wrong. It's Ritesh Khan. Now you can see Ritesh Khan user is already reflected. So each and everything is replicated after 50 minutes. Before 50 minutes, you can use the command if you want to replicate forcefully. The command is repadmin slash sync call, but this command doesn't mean you run this command all the record is suddenly replicated on the other domain. So it will approximately take 10 to 15 minutes. And if you try to use this command replicate now, and this time they also resolve, firstly getting some error, something like a namespace of DNS, because the reverse lookup is not that time reflect on my primary. That's why I'm getting this error. So once you uh, click on the replicate now command, it will also take 10 to 15 minutes. By accordingly, after that all the record is updated on my other domain controller. So this is a DNS replication with the help of sites and services in between of two domain controller, primary and child domain controller. And thanks for watching this video.